look, I'm like this. Everyone wants to talk about me in Florida. I mean, like, I'm just sitting here, little old me, doing my job. I can just tell you this. I was born and raised in this state, and until the last few years, I rarely, if ever, saw a California license plate in the state of Florida. You now see a lot of them. I can tell you, if you go to California, you ain't seeing very many Florida license plates. And so, you know, as he was locking down his citizens, he would then go and have these extravagant dinners at the French Laundry to basically rub his citizens' noses in the fact that he was treating them like peasants. You know, in Florida, we weren't locking them down. We lifted our people up. We made sure to protect individuals' freedoms. We guaranteed everybody to have a right to work, to earn a living, put food on the table. We guaranteed the right of small businesses in particular to be able to operate, and that saved hundreds of thousands of jobs and many thousands of businesses from going under. We guaranteed every parent had the right to have their kids in school in person 5 days a week, starting at the very beginning of this back in 2020. In California, they locked kids out of school, and they had the lowest, according to the website that tracked this, Burbio.com, they had the lowest percentage of in-person learning of any state in the country in 2020-2021 school year, because the teachers union run that state. It's not run for the best interest of parents and kids. It's run for that. You also look at how we support law enforcement in the state of Florida. We would never allow what's happened in places like San Francisco and L.A., where these areas have been destroyed with drugs and crime and homeless, to happen. We take that seriously, and we believe when people commit crimes, they belong behind bars, not released back onto the street. I would also just note that in Florida, we've actually had, even through COVID, have had a domestic tourism boom. 2021, we did better than we did pre-COVID, and so far in the first quarter of 2022, we're also ahead of where we were in the first quarter of 2021. You want to look at tourism in California? 2021 decreased 22% from 2019. Well, of course. Do you want to have to show medical papers just to go get a bite to eat somewhere? Of course you don't. Do you want them forcing you to wear a mask every time you leave your hotel room? No, people don't want to do that. So that's one of the reasons why we're able to do it. And if you look at air traffic, this was interesting. You know, our air transportation now, the most recent 12 months, April 21 through March 22, is actually up over the same period, 2018-2019. And that's very rare in any place in the country. You look at the major hubs in California, they're down like 31%, you know, over this time period. And so, you know, I think the facts speak for themselves. People vote with their feet. And, you know, Florida has always been a place, as many of you know, many of you probably have roots in other parts of the country. It's natural for people to retire from like Ohio or Michigan, come down here to Southwest Florida or New York to go down to places like Palm Beach. But when families are uprooting from the Pacific coast to go almost 3,000 miles in search of a better life, that's telling you something. Yes, we've created a citadel of freedom here that has attracted people, and we're proud of it. But let's just be clear. California is driving people away with their terrible governance. Some of the best weather in the world in Southern California. They have some of the best natural advantages, probably the best natural advantages of any state in this country. And for the entire history of California, they never lost population until this recent governor got into office. And now they're hemorrhaging population. It's almost hard to drive people out of a place like California, given all their natural advantages, and yet they're finding a way to do it.